depressed, folks, I decided I'd just go do me some hunting.
Going hunting?
That's right, buddy.
Yeah.
I grabbed up my trusty old shotgun and out through the woods and went kind of sneaking like, you know. All of a sudden, folks, there it was. A great big old grizzly bear come a-charging at me through the bushes. I raised up a trusty shotgun, I pulled the trigger, and the gun said... Oh, that wasn't in the script.
No.
Maybe I should reload.
No.
Folks, I forgot to put any bullets in that shotgun. I just threw down that gun and took off running. That old bear, he was a-chasing me. I was a-running. The bear was a-chasing. I ran through the trees, through the briars, through the brambles, through the places where a rabbit couldn't go. I ran, wait a minute, hold it. Where'd you get these hippies, Kreider? Sounds like we got a lot of hippies in here tonight. Anyway, folks, all of a sudden, straight in ahead of me was a big old bluff that just dropped off right into the lake. I knew what I had to do. That bear, he was closing in on me fast. I dropped down on my knees. I said, "Oh, Lord, please give that bear some religion." I turned around and looked, and that old bear come to a screeching halt right on its knees. The bear said, "Lord, for this food we're about to receive, we thank you." I went swimming after that.
I'll bet you did.
If you don't care, I have one more song I want to do, and I'd like to do it especially for this pretty lady sitting right out here on the second row. Ain't she pretty?
Yes, she is.
She reminds me a little bit of my own grandma back home. Sweet looking thing. You know, last time I was home, my granny, she'd been a little bit lonesome for me, you know. So I went down there to the pet store, and I got her one of them talking birds, kind of keep her company. One of them parrots, you know.
Right.
We took that parrot home, and sure enough, that bird would talk. But the only thing he'd say was, "Let's neck, let's neck, let's neck." Everybody'd walk in the house, that bird, he'd say, "Let's neck, let's neck." One day, Grandma's preacher come over to visit with her. He walked in the door, that bird said, "Let's neck, let's neck, let's neck." Grandma's preacher said, "Oh, Mrs. Gellenwater, that's ridiculous." He said, "Now, I have a bird at home, and I taught my bird to say, 'Let us pray, let us pray, let us pray.'" He said, "I could bring my bird over here, put it in with your bird, and your bird will learn some better manners."
Yeah.
Grandma said, "All right, preacher, bring your bird over here." So the preacher brought his bird over and stuck it in the cage there with Granny's bird. Pretty soon, Granny's bird took off a hollering, "Let's neck, let's neck, let's neck." The preacher's bird said, "My prayers have been answered." Hey, if you don't mind, I think I'd like to do another song for these folks.
What's the name of it?
Well, this is one of my favorite songs. The name of this song is "When They Operated on Father, They Opened Mother's Mail." No.
Hey, wait, we can't do that.
Hey, how about a brand new style of music that I, Gilly Gellenwater, have just invented? In fact, I think it's going to make me world famous. This style of music is known as punk bluegrass.
What's the name of this punk bluegrass song?
The name of this one is "Lord, Send Me a Blonde. I'm tired of squeezing blackheads."
Wait a minute. That's sick. We're not doing that.
It's #1 for 3 weeks over in Thayer.
I don't care where it was #1. We're not doing it.
In that case, we'll turn this young boy loose all the way from Louisiana. Tear it up. Here's Mr. Jimmy Stewart. Walking on down the track.
Jimmy Stewart. Thank you.
Boy's a good picker.
Yeah, he is.
Boy's a little wormy, isn't he? I don't know what he called him. I'll tell you what, I've been having me a ball down over here in this part of the country.
Good.
Well, except for that one little bitty problem I had this morning.
Well, why don't you tell us about it?
Well, this morning I went in there to check out of a motel room, you know.
Right.
The man at the front desk, he said, "Sir, that'll be $200. I said, "Boy, that seems a little bit high. Just me and my wife, we was only here for one night." He said, "It's $200. I said, "Well, how come it's so much money?" He said, "Now, sir," he said, "when you pulled on to my property, there was a man that got in your car and drove it out there to a special parking place. He even carried your bags into the lobby." I said, "Wait a minute, buddy." I said, "I parked my own car out there in your parking lot, and I carried my own bags in the lobby." He said, "Well, it's your own fault. He was there for you." I said, "Well, that still seemed like too much money." He said, "Now, sir," he said, "after you signed in on the register, there was a man that carried your bags all the way up them 3 flights of stairs. He opened up your door, turned on your lights. He even turned down your bed." I said, wait a minute, buddy. I said, my wife carried the bags up them stairs. I opened up the door, turned on the lights, even turned down the bed myself. He said, well, it's your own fault. He was there for you. I said, well, buddy, come to think of it, you owe me $175.
How's that?
That's what he said. I told him, I said, last night, buddy, I went down there to Hardee's to get me one of them hamburgers, and while I was gone, you was up here at the lobby hugging and squeezing and kissing my wife.
Hey!
He said, sir, I never laid eyes on your wife. I certainly never touched her. I said, well, it's your own fault. She was there for you. Almost made money on that deal.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Hey, if you don't mind, I do have another song I'd like to do for these folks. In fact, this is a good old bluegrass song, one we do down there in the Ozarks called a Foggy Mountain Breakdown. 1, 2, 3.
Pretty good. I'll tell you what. I'd like to see you play those banjos at the same time.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Now, wait a minute. Hey, hold on here. Wait a minute. That's not what I mean.
Oh, but that's Grandma's favorite part.
I mean each other's banjo.
Oh, that's the little one.
Yeah.
You
guys, be careful.
Gilly Gellenwater. Thank you. You know, folks, it's true that when God made man, he used us. But when he made Gilly Gellenwater, he used silly putty.